But the topic this morning I wanted to talk about was sometimes we feel stuck in situations like a relationship, at a job. Why am I not making the money or getting things going? Why am I not doing my dreams? Why am I stuck in this place that we know? Intellectually, your mind knows, I kind of ran up here. Your mind knows that you don't want to be in it. You know you shouldn't be in it. You know it's not really good for you to be in it. But you stay. Why am I staying? And then we beat ourselves up. Sometimes it is an addiction. Sometimes it is, yes, you should get away. You need to just stop it and get away. Other times it's an override by your soul. Your soul is basically saying, no, you're not running away from this. You are saying to yourself, I'm not going to run away from this situation I find myself in. It's easy to put on the robe and the begging bowl. I've done it a bunch of lifetimes. It's easy to run away, right? It's easy to avoid. Sometimes that's called, I have closure. I just moved on. It can all be misused by the ego. So sometimes it's a soul override that says, no, I need to stay here. I need to stay with these people that I don't know why I'm with them, or I'm not relating to them. And here's how you can tell the difference. And it's not an excuse to stay in a situation, I don't want to create any waves and stir shit up, and he's my husband or wife, and I gotta stay in this situation because of the kids. Come on, no, not that. That's not what I'm saying. If you're keeping your healing going, doing the alchemy process, doing sadhana, doing willingness to look at yourself, ego confrontation, doing introspection, being present exactly with your feelings and emotions, feeling your body, trying to get your whole energy system back up to speed. If you're doing that process, the proof is in the pudding. When it feels like you're letting go of big chunks, when you're able to integrate stuff, you can feel it, right? It doesn't work to run from it. Sometimes we think, there's so many spiritual people out there, Often the dark night of the soul, the awakening, the process occurs when you feel relatively isolated. You're like, why am I not with my people? Why am I stuck with this family that doesn't feel like family at all? And I don't even understand why I'm here. That often happens. Right? Many of us feel that way. The awakening seems to happen when we're kind of isolated. And one of the symptoms of when you're in a soul agreement situation where you want to integrate, heal, clear something, fix something that you could call karma, you could call past lives interactions with other people, or you could just call it tendencies inside yourself that these people are reflecting to you or that you're reflecting to them, is this. If you get with like-minded and like-hearted people and try to start the commune and the cult in the mountains, it gets really weird. It gets bizarre. It gets kind of ennui and, yeah, I agree. How are you doing? Namaste this morning. We're trying to put this overlay of love, of the heaven, without having cleaned out our hell. And that's why that situation often doesn't work. Or even with relationships. If you're too similar, there's no energy exchange. There's no activation. There's no triggering of your subconscious crap that needs to surface. So a soul choice doesn't look like a logical choice often, but the soul knows this is going to get me healed. This is going to get the ego personality moving and healed. A lot of those past things we've done, and I've done it for lifetimes, And everything has its right place. But putting on the robe and the begging bowl, becoming a sannyasin, doing all this stuff, or cutting off my family, changing my name, it's actually like the wolf biting his paw off to get out of a trap. Well, you're hobbled. You have actually cut a piece of yourself off. At some point, you're going to have to go back in and reintegrate that piece of yourself. So the way you can know it is, I'm in this situation, but when you finally clear or feel or get or are willing to face it, feel it, and free it, right? And again, I'm not advocating struggleology particularly here. You'll feel it. You'll know. You'll have this release. You'll have this peace, the release of the peace, the release of the inner peace beyond understanding. Proof is in the pudding. So often it is not an avoidance of your bliss path. It is your soul saying there's something to finish up here. There's something to complete. Because if you run from it too early, you'll have to come back to it. So we've tried with our valiant hearts and good intentions to create, let's cut ourselves off from that madness and the sadness of the marketplace, the bizarre of the world. We've tried to run from it. But now this time on earth, and I have so many people I work with like this that are, Buddhist monks and former lamas and, other lifetimes, and what am I doing in the world this time? I thought I was going to ascend and so forth. Because we're needing to come out into the world to do the real freedom. The real freedom is every cell in your body being free. The whole community, the whole church, right? That's how religious people talk about it. Every cell, every particle, every body in the body, every piece of the body, every soul in the whole body needs to come along to be part of the uprising, the true ascension, Yeah. So often when you find yourself in a situation, you're like, why am I staying here? What is this about? Dig deeper. Do the alchemy process. Do your sadhana. Do the feeling into it. Do the being present with it, And be intent on dissolving and evolving, dissolving the old, evolving the new. And the proof is in the pudding. You'll feel this amazing freedom and power than if you had run from it and it was still nagging. Yes, I have unresolved mother issues and father issues and old relationship issues that I ran from and to become spiritual, and I judged them as unconscious or whatever. No, trust your triggers. Trust what the universe places before you. Transmute what is happening right there, right now. Start playing with that. Now that can be overwhelming at times, so don't try to eat the whole thing all at once. I'm going to do it all. No, be careful with yourself with that. So it's not always an avoidance that you still find yourself stuck in a terrible money situation or a terrible relationship situation or just physical stuff, don't blame yourself always. Sometimes it's your soul going, look, there's something to finish up here. We need to complete this before we're going to move off into the glory and the bliss and the power of your own follow your bliss situation. So be patient with ourselves. All right. Love. I'm out here on there's been a fire up in Sedona, or up in Oak Creek. So there's this haze. It's actually kind of beautiful. And bless the fire and the firefighters and everyone and whatever is supposed to occur there. That be taken care of in an appropriate, natural way. That's my prayer. I'm up here at Airport Vortex, but you can see it's definitely some smoke coming in from the north. So it's a little hazy there at Bell Rock this morning.